Okay, looks like that we are live. All righty. So, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you are tuning in from. So, I am broadcasting live right now in my 3-day Revive Yourself Masterclass. This is today, I decided to combine day one and day two. So, being that yesterday, Facebook had an outage, so did Instagram and WhatsApp. So I think that was just a blessing in disguise. So I am really happy and blessed to be live here on Facebook, and I'm also broadcasting this masterclass live on my YouTube channel, just in case something happens with Facebook and there's a hiccup. So, okay, you always have to be proactive and always have to prepare. So I'm going to be going over day one and day two. I'm going to be combining those two series together. So the first topic that we're going to be talking about today is ways that you can get out of victim mode in order to heal yourself and being able to regain your power. And the second part, which is day two, I'm going to be talking about loving yourself to heal. So I see a love button. So, let me know where you are tuning in from. So today is Tuesday, and tomorrow we are going to be covering day three of the master class. So right when I was ready to go live yesterday at 12 noon, that's when the Facebook outage happened. So it happened globally. So if you weren't able to catch anything, oh, I see Pam here. Hi, Pam. Good morning. Hope you're having a great morning here. So just keep in mind when you tune in live for these 2 days, there will be free giveaways. So just scroll up to the top of the post here. So there will be free giveaways, and I am going to be opening up 2 spots for a free VIP coaching call with me. Okay, because I'm coming. I'm coming from a place of service, and I think this is really, really important to address. Hello, Queen. Good morning, Pam. Nice to see you. Hope you're having live from Arizona. Well, I hope the weather is good in Arizona and sunny, because here it is cloudy and it's been raining since yesterday, but the rain has let up. So I'm looking forward to seeing the sun. So yeah, thank you for joining the live today. Really appreciate it, Pam. Thank you for your support, because I know that you are a domestic violence survivor. So, and you've made great strides. So, hold on one second here, okay? Okay, here we go. Okay, so we are live and raining here. Yeah, it's been raining all over the country, I think. I think what we went through yesterday, Pam, was Mercury retrograde. Okay, but I think that's just the universe sending a message to step away from your laptop or step away from social media and just kind of like, take a break and regather your thoughts. So that's exactly what I did. So, that was good. So I hope that the rain stops where you are. So just a couple of things to keep in mind. I want to go over just a few things before we start day one of the challenge. So number one, if you have not registered for the challenge, please scroll up and you will see the link to register, because because when you register, you will be eligible for the gifts. And what I can do is I can show you what the page looks like. Hi all, Jackie is here. Hi Jackie. Well, I know you're super excited about this, so thank you. Thank you so much for hopping on. Really, really appreciate you. And thank you for your patience. It was not you yesterday, it was Facebook, okay? There are some things in life that we don't have any control over, and that's one of them. So it could be, can you see me and hear me? Unless it's on your end, because I'm on my cell phone right now and I can see myself very clearly. So let me know in the comments below if you can see me, and let me know in the comments if you are ready. Yes, we are ready to go. We are ready to go. So let me just cut right to the chase. And what I'm going to be doing is sharing my screen, because I want to show you exactly what I am talking about. So let's Okay. All right. So can you see my screen, everyone? Can you see my screen? So, all right. So as far as hold on one second. So, yep, this is it. So when you click on that link, the rebranding link, this is what will come up. The landing page will come up. So this is the 3-day Revive Yourself Masterclass. Here's the place to register. And when you register, you will get an email confirmation plus access to my private group. Okay, so this is what we're going to be talking about on day 1. We're going to be talking about getting out of victim mode. We're going to be talking about, I'm going to be sharing ways that you can let go of your limiting beliefs through everyday tasks and crafting new routines, because this is the foundation to reliving your life outside of domestic abuse or mistreatment. We'll be talking about that first, and then today being that it's October 5th, I decided to combine the two together, and we're going to be creating a new normal by giving yourself permission to love yourself and rediscover your love language in a way that vibrates goodness into your life. And day 3, I will cover tomorrow, which will be focusing on regaining your power and freedom. So when you sign up, this is what you get. Okay, so these are the bonuses that are included for attending the 3-day masterclass. You get VIP discounted access to 6 weeks of live group coaching. Bonus number 2 is VIP discounted access to any future life coaching programs from Let's Break the Silence, valued at $1,997. Bonus number 1 is valued at $997. The bonus number 3 is sneak peek to an exclusive breakthrough film before it goes public. That is valued at $2,997. And bonus number 4 is 2 free coaching sessions given away to 5 lucky live winners. Okay, but you have to be live here in the chat. Okay, and the last but not least is a free personalized journal given away to one engaging individual, and that will be valued at $197 because I'm going to be going over journaling. So that is it. And then when you get a chance, please download the workbook. The workbook is up it's when you scroll up on the post, this is the workbook, okay? So Let's Break the Silence 3-day masterclass presents Revive Yourself. So this is what you should see when you click on that link, okay? I tested it and it's working. So this is day 1, get out of victim mode. First thing we're going to do is breathe and let go. Are you ready for your breakthrough? And here is where you're going to be journaling right here. Are you ready for your breakthrough? What is your story and how has it created limiting beliefs? So in other words, what is your story and how has it created limiting beliefs? Were you in a domestic abuse situation? Have you suffered any type of trauma? If you are a woman entrepreneur, because we have some here in the group, and you're trying to, you want to level up and excel, what is causing the limiting beliefs? Okay, and it could be anything. Okay, and the 4th thing is, what is stopping you from moving forward? It is time to let go. And what will you start doing today to get out of victim mode? So what I want you to do is not to be overwhelmed by this. I want you to take your time and work on these exercises, because these exercises are very, very important. So I'm going to stop sharing screen. And yes, you did, Jackie. In fact, I sent a bulk email last night, so you should have received it. Yes, you did register properly. You did. So you're fine. You're good to go. So, oh, good. Okay. All right. Let me just go through the comments. Yes, you did register properly, and you do have that. All right. Very good. Very good. Okay. Awesome. Really, really super excited here. So let's go over day 1. So as far as day 1 is concerned, getting out of victim mode. Okay. I have a question to ask you, and please put a yes or no in the comments below. Are you doing healing meditations and prayers every morning? This is something that I'm going to be, that I touched on in the first challenge that was last month. Okay. So we're going to be going over journaling, your thoughts and your feelings. We're going to be going over surrendering your pride and ego and letting go of those self-limiting beliefs. We're going to be going over sharing your story and being vulnerable, being raw and real. And I just want to share, something with you. Okay, so thank you, Pam. Good, I'm glad you are. Like I said, you've made great strides, and I'm I am super proud of you. Okay, so yesterday I was a guest on a podcast, and why is there not more here? What do you mean? I don't know. Probably because people are at work. I agree. I know. It's because I wouldn't worry about it, Jackie. You became a Reiki master to help myself heal and be able to heal others. Okay, Nicole. All right. They're not in the group here, Jackie. So this is only for the group here, for the private group. But Nicole, actually, I interviewed Nicole a couple of months ago on my podcast. But let me just go right to the topic here. Getting out of victim mode, okay? Getting out of victim mode was something that I struggled with. So like I said, yesterday I shared my story on this podcast that is going to be aired over the weekend. So something struck me. So yesterday when I was going through my Facebook memories, I encountered something that I wrote on social media. This is when I was first on Facebook. This was 11 years ago on October 4th, 2010. So guess what I wrote? You ready for this? I wrote, I hit a brick wall. Okay. Sorry about that. I hit a brick wall and I don't know what to do with myself. And this is when I was going through the throes of my divorce. And I filed for my divorce in May of 2010, but something happened in October. I don't know what it was, but I just hit that brick wall. I was struggling. I was struggling to find myself. I was struggling to rediscover myself. So a very good friend of mine reached out to me on Facebook and we talked. So going back and forth and chatting, she gave me some, good resources. And one thing she said to me that struck me, she says, you need to find yourself. You need to find yourself, and that's it. And that's it. Find yourself, rediscover yourself. What is it exactly that you want to do with your life? And I was at a crossroads because I didn't know, because I was broke. I was struggling to make ends meet. I had an order of protection against my ex, and I was still living in the house at that time, but it was really, really difficult because he would always try and sabotage me. I basically moved upstairs. We lived in a 4-bedroom house, and I moved upstairs, and there was a limit to what I could do on the computer. So I would always go to the library and work on my computer. So I was being micromanaged by a company that I was not really pleased about, and later on I left. So when I left, I was like, okay, now what do I do? So she gave me some resources. One of the things she told me, she said, why don't you buy a journal? Why don't you buy a journal and start journaling? Oh, I said, well, I could do that, and figure out exactly what you want to do, because like I said, or to redefine ourselves, right? Because I felt that my confidence at that time was way down. And when I was telling my story to the podcaster yesterday, and I finally was able to rediscover myself, that was a big turning point for me. I turned the corner. In other words, I surrendered my pride and ego. I drew a line in the sand, and I acknowledged the fact that I needed to make a change in my life. But that's what it took. I mean, literally that night, I reached rock bottom. And for me to post something like that on Facebook, when I was first on Facebook, I was like, wow, so, but talk about being real, raw, and vulnerable. That's exactly what I did. So I shared my story with her. I shared all the pain that I went through, the physical abuse, the emotional abuse, and everything that, my ex did, writing horrific letters to the New York State Police and the sheriff's office. And it was like, oh my God, I'm like, wow. I said, I just need to make a change. I need to acknowledge the fact that I'm playing the victim here. And now it's time to shift my mindset. So that's exactly what I did. And during that time, I became involved with the health and wellness company that I was really, really super passionate about. And, and that brought me that actually, I got myself out there, okay, which wasn't easy. Being that I went through all that. But what I wanted to say was this, that was a huge turning point for me to regain my confidence back. So after that night, I said to myself, I'm going to, I could write about my life too. Actually, I'm going to be working on a book down the road. Absolutely. Was watching Joe Dispenza last night about our thoughts of being controlled by our past, right, and emotions. Right. It is time to let go of the past. That's huge. That's what I had to do. I had to let go of the past, because if I didn't let go of the past, I wouldn't have been able to move forward in my life. There was no way I could move forward in my life. So it was an awful time. But you know what it is? I made the best of it. I always had a positive attitude. And when I started to surround myself with leaders and mentors, I really dived into personal development and really, really working on myself. That was a huge turning point for me. That's something that I did not share in the first live. So I'm glad we're doing this challenge again, this masterclass. That is something that I didn't share, was, that's being vulnerable. Okay, I'm being real. I'm not, I don't pretend to be someone that I am not. Okay, this is the real raw me. This is what you see, right here. So I just did it. Like I said, I made up my mind that I was no longer going to cry. I was no longer going to grieve about my marriage. I was no longer, he would have won. Well, yes, that's true. He said he was going to win, but guess what? He didn't win. Okay. So, I didn't feed into his negative behavior at all. I just said, that's it. Whatever he said, what he would say to me, I would ignore. And I ignored him. And, oh no, don't get sad. I know. But, this is a part of life. Life has its ups and downs. So, but, I went through a lot. It was, but, that podcast episode will be aired this weekend. So I can't wait to share it with everyone. We delved into a lot of things, but the mindset shift is key. That is absolutely critical. Okay. That is absolutely critical. So some of the ways that you can get out of victim mode is, number one, acknowledge that you're playing the victim, meaning, look in the mirror or do what I did, was because social media at that time, when Facebook, was around, when I had Facebook, that was an outlet for me. So I no longer blame myself, which is correct. Now I see us. Okay, hold on, guys, because the reception is, yeah. Okay, the reception should be better now. The Wi-Fi here could be a little, it could go up and down. Okay. Oh, thank you, Pam. I know. It takes courage. It takes courage to go out there and share your story. So number one, acknowledge the fact that you are playing the victim, and look in the mirror or do what I did and just say, you know what, I'm ready for a change. And I was ready for my breakthrough. So that night, I literally went through a breakdown. So in order, to reach your breakthrough, you have to go through a breakdown first. And that's exactly what happened. And we were going back. I remember my friend and I, we were going back and forth. And I said, you know what I need to do? I need to find myself again. That's all I want to do. And I just wanted my peace back. Right. That's all I wanted too. Well, good for you, Pam. I'm very, very proud of you. Very, very proud of you. Easier said. Okay, I understand that. Easier said than done, but there are ways that you can, because I have, some of my friends who have gone through domestic abuse or trauma, they do have PTSD, but they work through it, okay? They work through it through, personal development. That's what I did. Personal development, surrounding myself with the right people, and turning my pain into purpose. Exactly, Jackie. Okay, so acknowledging that pain. I'm going through the pain, but my pain is going to lead to purpose, which is exactly what happened. Okay, and that is, going through a divorce for what? It was 1 year. It was 1 year, but I got through it. I set goals for myself. I drove up here to Saratoga Springs on a weekend. I was apartment hunting. And the apartment that I was living in was a smaller apartment, not here where I am now, but in a different location with the same landlord. So, like I said, it can be done. You can turn your life around and you can get out of that victim state. But the most important thing is to be positive, is to stay positive and not wake up in the morning, play the victim and say, I'm going to have an awful day. It's because you know what? That's not going to fly. It's not going to work. People will not listen to you. They will just conclude that you're playing the victim. So, like I said, some people don't get it. And I understand. I went through the grieving process. But, we all go through it in our lives. So, also, taking ownership. That is super important. Taking ownership and gaining that power to create that change. Right, exactly. And choosing to let go of the past and moving forward. So those are the points that I wanted to talk about today. So let's see what Jackie's. I like the fact that this is interactive. So this is what the masterclass is meant to be. It's meant to be interactive. So some people don't get it, but we do go through a grieving process, just like if someone dies and it was us, right? And what if you don't have any money to get somewhere safe and start over? Well, I came up with the money, okay? There was some money that I had put away for an emergency fund that he did not know about. So fortunately, I was able to tap into the emergency fund. I had to use the emergency fund, but the emergency fund was there. And I was also, at that time, collecting alimony. But I got back on my feet, and I'm proud to say that after I moved up here to Saratoga Springs, the same day that that the divorce became final was the same day that I ranked advanced in my company, in the company that I used to be with. So that was a nice bonus, but the universe, this is another thing. When you put out good to the universe, it comes back to you. It's a ripple effect, like Jackie was saying, because I love to help people. I love helping people, but, I was fairly new to social media marketing, and I put out a post that resonated with a lot of people. But this nice girl who we had built a good relationship with, she signed up to be a coach under me, and that caused a rank advancement plus a bonus. that in the form of money. So that's something that honestly that I did not expect. But I've always worked hard my whole life. I come from humble beginnings. So, my parents worked in a restaurant business. They were entrepreneurs. I went through a lot too. My mom passed away 4 years ago, and that was hard too. But then something else happened. Guess what happened? I moved here. I moved to a new 1-bedroom apartment in this building here 4 years ago. And then last year I manifested and I upgraded my life and I moved into a 2-bedroom apartment. So when you choose to let go of the past and you focus on yourself and you focus on what you really, really want to do, that's what happened. And I also, I was involved in network marketing for a while, and then I went back to work in corporate America for 3 years. And then I started a podcast last year, Let's Break the Silence with Angeline, to help women regain their power and attract abundance in their lives. Because who wants to live a life of scarcity? Not me. If you're in a scarcity mindset and always worried about money, guess what? Money is not going to be flowing through you. And you have to do the inner healing work, right? That's what I did. You have to do the inner healing to move on. So I've done meditations and actually I'm Greek, but thanks, Jackie. Okay. You have to do the inner healing in order to move forward in life. And Pam is 100% right. You have to do the inner healing work. And that's exactly what I did. Okay. So one of the things that I did healing meditations and prayers every morning. I was journaling my thoughts and feelings every single day. So, one of the giveaways, which I am not going to do until tomorrow, is this gratitude journal. Okay. And I always write down at least 5 things that I am grateful for. But now I write at least, I would say, 15 to 20 things that I'm grateful for. So when you do gratitude meditations and healing meditations, it puts you in a totally different state. Okay. And that's what I did. I mean, I do listen to some healing meditations. I will share some with you that I recommend. But I will this is an example. So I will sit here and I will, slow down. I'll go on my couch in the morning, so I don't look at my phone. So my first advice, recommendation is when you wake up in the morning, do not look at your phone. Okay. I don't look at my phone. I just look at the time and that's it. So I sit in my living room, I put on some music, and then I inhale. We'll try that one more time. Okay. So we're going to do an inhale. Hold it. And exhale on a count of 3. So, and I feel relaxed already. So, what I'm going to, living in the shadows, right? But that puts you in a very relaxed state. So, gratitude meditations, there's plenty of them on YouTube, but I will recommend a couple, and I'll put them in the comments later on today because I won't be able to do. My virtual assistant's not here right now. Right, music that raises our frequency. Correct. And by the way, I've studied Joe Dispenza. I love Joe Dispenza. And there is music that raises our frequency. That's important. I've done a meditation by Joe Dispenza. Sound bath meditations. I would love to do that. Wow, that's great. Are you actually in the bathtub when you when you do bath meditations. Maybe I should do that. Since I have a 2-bedroom apartment and 2-bath, I'm going to use a bathtub and do a bath meditation. I would love to learn more about that, Pam. Definitely, I would love to learn more about that. So for the homework assignment, the homework assignment that I reviewed this morning, so the first thing is go through the workbook and write down, are you ready for your breakthrough? And if you are, write yes and why. And if you are not ready, tell me why. What is your story and how has it created limiting beliefs? Okay. The third thing, what is stopping you from moving forward? It's time to let go. Okay. It is time to let go of those self-limiting beliefs. What will you start doing today to get out of victim mode? And these are extra notes. Any comments, feedback, I would really, really appreciate. So that is day 1. Okay. So now we're going to go into, yes, you did. Okay. So now we're going to go into day 2. So now is day 2. I could do a video. Oh yeah. I will be more than happy to do a video. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love meditations. Boho Beautiful is one. That's another one, but there's a lot of healing meditations, and I will definitely put it in my notes tomorrow when we start the regaining your power. I will put on a meditation, and we will definitely do that. Okay. And Stephen has a video about the breathing. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, right. I know who you mean. Sometimes you're in the bath, not always though. I may have tagged you in some stuff. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not on Facebook all day, not as much as I used to be. See that? You can send it to me in a message later. Okay. So anyways, day 2. Now we're going to go to day 2. So I hope you, yes, meditations are on Spotify too. And I have Spotify. So I'm definitely going to be listening to more meditations. Meditations, like I said, are very important to start your day because you want to start in a state of gratitude, not in a victim state, not in a negative state. Okay. You don't want to begin the morning on the wrong foot because guess what? What you're putting out there to the universe. If you're saying to yourself that you're going to have a bad day, you're going to have a bad day. That's something that I used to do. I would wake up in the morning, oh my God, it's like another day. I'm like, oh my God, no. But the part of the homework assignment is this at the end. You can either do a Facebook Live in my group or you could write a post. And you could do that too. So Jackie, no problem. If you want to record a video, that's fine too. Because, the people who show up here in these challenges are the ones who are going to take their life to the next level. And I can tell you this, while I was working in corporate America, I've worked with mentors, okay? In fact, Pam and we were in a millionaire mentorship group. I think that was 2 or 3 years ago. And let me tell you something. I was on the road every single week for sales. You know what? It could be the rain because I noticed that here too. I thought that yesterday I couldn't go live because of the rain and the Wi-Fi went down, but it's probably, yeah. But you know what? The replay will be up, so don't worry. If you have to watch I'll make an exception. If you have to watch the replay again, by all means watch the replay because, that I don't, I like to watch replays at least twice. But getting back to millionaire mentorship, I used to travel every single week. And this was not around the corner. No, you will see it. You will see it, Jackie. You will see it. So I used to travel to Buffalo, New York. I used to travel to New York City. I traveled to Massachusetts. And I was on the road every single week. I was putting 400 miles on my vehicle. And when my mentor had a session, I would attend. I would either be in my hotel room at night attending a millionaire mentorship session because he studied quantum physics and I wanted to learn more about the law of attraction because he made it very, very simple. And it was something that I could understand. So learning the strategies, I put in the time. So I would be up sometimes until 11 p.m. at night, 11 or even 11:30 p.m. at midnight, because it was important to me. And that if you really want change in your life, you have to put in the work. I can't do it for you. There's no way that I can do it for you. You have to put in the work and you have to put in the time. And that's exactly what I did. And last year, early in January, actually it was, I'm sorry, the year before, I left corporate America because I said there's a better life for me out there. There's, I want to start my podcast. I want to get into coaching. Then the pandemic happened. So, last year I really focused on my podcasting and, I'm excited because my coaching programs that I offer I haven't seen anything out there because, there are some women who claim to be coaches. I'm not putting them down. They have gone through a domestic abuse situation and they claim to be coaches, but guess what? They're not. They're really not coaches. I mean, I've studied quantum physics. I'm going to be getting my certificate from ICF. So, because I'm always learning and I'm always growing and I'm always improving my skills, and learning the proper skill set in coaching is very, very important. So that's what I am focusing on. So, for myself, I just wanted to throw it out there. But I want to talk about loving yourself and knowing your worth. So let me share my screen again because I'm going to go over the workbook. Okay. So I just want to make sure that okay, so let me see where the workbook. Oh, thank you. Okay. So here is day 2. So you will see this. Day 2, love yourself and heal. So give yourself permission to love your life. Okay? And you can write some notes down. And here, are there times where you are shaming yourself more than loving yourself? If you want to put comments, if you want to write down comments, put comments in the comment section. Feel free to do so. If something comes up in your mind, okay? Are there times where you are shaming yourself more than loving yourself? Note down words, actions, surroundings, and habits. Okay, because this is how I feel. And let me just go through this. What have you learned about self-love from today, and how important is it to you and your revival journey? Okay, and I'm going to talk about the Love Nudge app that I'm going to ask you to download. It's called Love Nudge app, and it will ask you a series of questions and diagnose your type of love language. And hold on one second. And then note down your love languages here, and then here are extra notes. So this is part 2 of what we're going to be talking about today. Okay. So let me stop sharing screen. Let me stop sharing screen. So I hope you got that. Should be a message. Oh, the workbook. Pam, go to the post, scroll up, and you will see a section where it says download your workbook here. Unfortunately, my virtual assistant is not here right now, but she will be she may catch the tail end of this because she's in class right now. So Pam, it's up on the post. So what you have to do is just scroll up in the post and you will see download. It's in a Google Drive format, okay, in a PDF. So, all right. So I just want to make sure. Okay. No, you cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick. No. Well, I'm living proof of that. But I'm living proof of that. So thanks for sharing that. Okay. So let me go to the Love Nudge app. So Let me just show you on the phone. I'm sorry. Okay. So this is, do you see the Love Nudge app? It's purple. So make sure you download that. I would highly recommend that you download that right now. Okay. So I'm going to be diving into loving yourself. Okay. Knowing your worth, because that's really, really important, is to know your worth and build up your confidence. The mistake that a lot of, and I call, and men too, women and men make, I'm going to say that that's equal, is that they get out of a horrible relationship and they feel that they need someone, okay? That they need someone, that they need company, okay? So one of the things that I did that I'll share with you is I would go out by myself. I started going out by myself, and I would go to a coffee shop and have lunch, or I would have breakfast and have coffee. Yes, you can print the workbook out. I believe you can. Yes, I believe it is printable. So I will make sure that that is printable. Okay, I'll reach out to my virtual assistant later on and ask her, and then she could probably comment here later. But yeah, so I went out. Yeah, I went out by myself. When I moved, I would just. There's a story that I probably shared here before, but I'll share it again. I went to the Beekman Arms Hotel one night for an early dinner. This was in the summertime. And, that was when that's when I was, first going out there by myself, because when I was married, I felt trapped because I felt that we were together too much. And, he would not let me go out and not let me see friends, which was a huge no-no. Okay. Among other things that he did. But, I went out by myself, and a very good friend of mine called me. And when she called me, I said, well, I'm out to dinner by myself right now. Oh, she said, that's okay. She said, that's wonderful. She said, that dining alone can be very tranquil. And yes, dining alone can be very tranquil. And guess what? I enjoyed myself. That was like, wow, I'm having a nice meal here at the Beekman Arms. I'm being treated, like a queen here. Well, in comparison to what happened to me. But I felt like I was being treated like a queen, and I was loving myself again. Okay. I had to love myself again. And that's what Pam was alluding to in the comments. You can't, it's that inner work healing. So I learned how to go out by myself again, all over again. So, I would go to a restaurant, I would go to a coffee shop, I would attend a yoga class because I love yoga and I love to dance and everything. So anyway, so I started, honestly, and it starts with self-belief, and I started to fall in love with myself again. Like, wow, she really fell in love with herself again. I'm like, yeah, I fell in love with myself. I also had a strong support system. So I had a very, very strong support system. So, and it is okay to be patient with yourself, because we are all a work in progress. And that's something, yeah, Rosalind, right. She goes out alone too. And I've been single for 11 years, everyone. Okay. For those of you who are going to watch the replay, I learned to love myself again, but I've been single for 11 years. And you know what? And I feel great. I feel great. I have dated. But I would never jump into a relationship. They were not they were not right for me. That's okay. Getting a pet is actually that. I used to have a cat. I used to have a Russian blue cat. Oh my God, she was so cute. And, so she was so adorable, but unfortunately she went to go live with the Lord, but she was beautiful. She was a beautiful Russian blue, and getting a pet is actually good because it reduces stress. That's different because, but you have to, one thing that I've learned, and I shared this in the podcast yesterday, you have to learn he asked me a good question. What is your definition of alone? So I said, being alone here in this apartment is a lot better than being alone in a toxic relationship that you're trying to get out of. So if in other words, my ex was a narcissist. He was a narcissistic. And, who wants to be in that environment? Who wants to be in an environment with an alcoholic? Okay. That's only going to bring you down, and they will only bring you down only if you allow it. Only if you allow it. If you allow that, then you're really going to feel alone. But not only that, they're going to send you right down the rabbit hole. They're going to put you right down the rabbit hole, and that is not going to be a very good situation. And it's going to be, not very pretty, okay? But it all starts with self-love. So what I'm going to be talking about is creating a new normal. So giving yourself permission to love your life. And one of the books that I highly recommend, this is the 5 Love Languages, Singles Edition. And it's a New York Times bestselling author. It's written by Gary Chapman. So actually, you can go to my website, and I'll put my website in the comments below, because I'm going to show you how to use the Love Nudge app. You could go to my website is letsbreakthesilence.com, and when you go to the About section, you will find this book, and feel free to purchase the book. It's inexpensive, and it's a really, really good book. And the 5 Love Languages is something that we talked about yesterday. It's proven applicable in every relationship, whether you have a partner or not. So, it gives you a better understanding of yourself. You can relate to others more confidently. Just a lot of things, and including, family and friends. But I'm going to do the download app. We're going to do that right now. So as far as the Love Nudge app is concerned, when you click on that, you create your first goal. So all you have to do is just follow the prompts here. And then it will go, wait, hold on. It will give you a series of questions. So what you do is you answer those questions in the Love Nudge app. And I was surprised what came out. Actually, the Love Nudge app, I took the quiz. So it will ask you a series of questions, and then it will give you a diagnosis, okay? So I'm going to share mine. So mine, there's 5 love languages. So the top one, 30% was words of affirmation. 27% was quality time. 20% was physical touch. 17% was acts of service. And I'm a very giving person. And 7% was receiving gifts. So, so that is something that you can do in the Love Nudge app. And I'm going to take the quiz, and I'm going to post mine. So the homework assignment will be, once you download the Love Nudge app, is to take the quiz and post in the group, okay? Just do a simple post in the group. That's all you have to do, okay? So regarding that, I would definitely do that. Activities that you could do in the form of self-love. We had talked about that already. Going out for a walk in nature, just being in nature and appreciating the beauty. Now, what I would do is, and I'm going to do it, again, is to take a meditative walk in the park. Let me just take this water. Hold on. Going for a walk in nature, appreciating nature, because that's really, really important. To connect with nature it puts you in a totally different mindset. And even today, I mean, I go for my meditative walks, especially now, and water is very healing too, absolutely. And the park that I go to, Pam, um, there's 2 water fountains. So I always go by the water fountain and I listen to the water and I listen to the water. It's almost like taking a shower or being by the ocean. I've been by the sea before. I took a trip to Jamaica 4 months ago, and being by the sea was very tranquil. I mean, my mind was in a totally different state. I could care less about anything. And it's funny. The sea is and water is very healing, tremendously. That's what I've done that, and I've taken. Yes, that's where the ducks are, Pam. That is where the ducks are. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, so that very healing. Water is very, very healing. And you can also find some of those on YouTube as well. Healing meditations, water. Just sit there, close your eyes, focus on your breathing, and just relax. And you will be amazed that how relaxed that you will be and feeling that sense of gratitude. So what I want you to do as far as the homework is concerned is talk about the love languages and why that love language was so important to you. Okay? Yeah, exactly. I don't know if my landlord will let me. I could get something, but I don't want to. I'm not going to get one. But thanks for. I could actually when I hear rain falling outside, I like it. It's very relaxing to me. I mean, I know yesterday I was here in the apartment pretty much most of the day. I went out for a couple of hours, but the rain was relaxing. I felt relaxed. I didn't feel any pressure, just felt very relaxed in my work. And that's really, for me, that's important. So surround yourself in like an environment like, water, the lake, go for a walk in the park, go to the forest too. I've gone for a walk in the forest too. And I remember when I took our mentor's challenge. He did a challenge in November, and this is right when I was about to leave my corporate job. He had us go to the forest, and he said, do this exercise. So this is what he said. He said, say, I am ready for my breakthrough. But he said, I want you to scream so loud. I'm like, oh, really? Someone he said, don't care about anything. Just go into the forest. And that's exactly what I did. I went into the forest and I said, I am ready for my breakthrough. I'm not going to yell loud now, but that's exactly what I did. And I posted it in the Facebook group, and he was really impressed. But I was proud of myself because that was an exercise in stepping out of my comfort zone. So that's exactly what I did, So, but I'm not asking you to do that right now. That'll be for tomorrow, okay? So you know what? I am really glad that Jackie and Pam were here. They showed up, and I'm very, very happy because I know that some people registered and they probably couldn't make it because of work. But tomorrow, cushions, candles, and healing music. That's it. Find a quiet room. Find, someplace where it's quiet, meditative. I do my meditations in the living room over here. So I go in the back here, my couch is there. So candles are nice, yeah. And now with the cool weather coming, guess what? I put on my fireplace and it's so relaxing. Camping on the beach, absolutely, absolutely. That's a form of self-love. So you have to do the inner work. Once you do the inner work, then everything else is easy. I mean, when you do that inner healing work and learning to love yourself instead of trying to fix a broken relationship, that will do wonders for you. And then you can handle anything. You'll be able to handle life and not be despondent, not feeling sad, because who wants to feel sad? Life is too short to feel sad. Okay. So those are the homework assignments for today. Okay. So let me know if you found value here today and you do most of your, Pam says, I do most of my meditations in my living room. That's what I do too. I love my living room. You know, it's so quiet. And now I wake up before the sun comes up, which is nice. I really do love this time of year. And I feel very, very grateful. I feel very, very grateful. So with that being said, no, you don't want to be surrounded by chaos. No. No. Separate yourself from that, Jackie. If that's the case, you know, separate yourself from that. Oh, you're welcome, Pam. I'm glad you found value. So please take the time, go over the workbook. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me or Mariana. She is my virtual assistant. What I will do is later on, I'll put some healing meditations in the comments below. And thank you for coming here and participating. And, you know, tomorrow I'm going to go live at the same time. Actually, tomorrow, hold on. Tomorrow I will go live probably close to 12 because I have a coaching call at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I will go live tomorrow around 12. Okay, the time that I made it for noon. But today I wanted to, you know, I wanted to do day 1 and day 2 combined because yesterday when that happened, I said, you know, I could record a video and post it in the group, but I said it's better to go live. So, okay, good. Yes, the replays. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say that the replays will be up here for 1 week. Okay. So thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Pam. Appreciate it. And I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to participate here. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. That means the world to me. Blessings to everyone. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye.